Hey everyone. So, every time I keep mentioning Super Mario Odyssey, whether it be on the Juices Loose podcast or in my top 5 graded games of 2017, I keep focusing on the negative. I keep focusing on the negative so much. It's because I don't rate it super high. It is not one of my favorite games of last year. It's in the top 5, but it was on 4th place. It's just not one of my favorites. And it's definitely not one of my favorite Mario games. I feel there's just too much wrong with it. Still the lack of standard co-op in a 3D Mario game. Too much fluff, too much walking around to do absolutely nothing, and I keep mentioning all these flaws because I feel like I have to defend why I don't like this game so much, because you always get these reactions, oh, why don't you like it, how is it not that good, and I'm like, I just don't like it. But that keeps stealing the focus away from the fact that I do absolutely fucking love this game. So in this video I'm going to be talking about my favorite things of Super Mario Odyssey. One of the first things I love about this game, and I think it probably does it best from any Mario game I know, and that is level design. Now, not level design as in the way it's structured, but the art style, I should say, more the art design of the levels. I love it, how much variety there is in there, and it always makes sense. You have like these really cool like prehistoric cliffs, and there's like abstract jungle, this really dark lost jungle. You have like this Dark Souls kingdom. There's this cubism food world with this extreme vibrant colors. You got a realistic city like New Donk City, and everything makes sense. Everything still feels like it's built for a Mario game. Even the realistic city like New Donk City, you'll be able to interact, the way you can jump off cars, you can swing off the traffic lights and everything. Like, it is so well integrated. Everything feels like it's a Mario level, even though it goes all over the place. And it's definitely one of my favorite things about this game, the variety in the level design. Another thing that I thought was so awesome in this game, and it doesn't get brought up a lot. I think one of the only people I know that keeps bringing this up is Robert from Gaming With Me. And that is the story. I feel it is one of the first Mario games that not just has an interesting story, it's not, but you gotta stop seeing it like Bowser kidnapped Peach. No, it's like he didn't just kidnap Peach, he's preparing a wedding, and because basically the video game, it starts off when Mario already got Peach back technically, and he just loses that fight, and then Bowser takes Peach away and he prepared for the wedding, and through the game it builds up, like posters are being placed everywhere where Bowser is like inviting people for the wedding. From each kingdom you visit, he takes a little something he needs for you. You're not just going for a moon, you're not going for a star, no. There's a kingdom where he needs a cake, there's a kingdom where he needs like a hat, there's a kingdom where he needs like a dress. He gets something from every, the game keeps building the story up more and more until this giant, insane, cohesive finale. The game keeps building up this incredible finale, and I really like how Super Mario Odyssey did that, where it feels like you feel this progression, not just in your gameplay but in your story, because it's building up to something with an incredible finish, and it did that so well. One of the obvious things to love about this game, and obviously is one of my favorite things, is the capture mechanic. I like it how in old school games like Banjo-Kazooie, you for example have a level, there's one transformation in there, you need this transformation. But in Mario Odyssey, in every level there's so much you can capture. You can almost capture anything, right down to lifeless objects like cars and like, oh, what was I thinking of? Balls, like random. The type of enemies, I love it how you have the staples of the Mario franchise like Goombas and Cheep Cheeps, for example, that have specific function, how a Goomba doesn't slide on ice, for example, that you can stack them up to reach new places, how Cheep Cheeps give you, a lot of people complain about the swing of the game, but that is why the Cheep Cheep is so good. It gives you this perfect swing mechanic, and it's not just standard enemies, like I said, you have like bullet bills and fireballs. I like being the fireballs, and like hammer bros and fire bros. There are so many, the birds in the Bowser Kingdom, I love playing with these birds, they're so much fun. Like every single enemy brings a different mechanic. It's not just meant to progress in the gameplay, even though that's what it's mainly used for, but it's so much fun always to play as the enemies. And this is something, I was gonna stop it there, this is something that is gonna hurt when playing a new 3D Mario game in the future. Not having that mechanic, I think, is honestly gonna bother me in the future. Number 4, this thing gets its own fucking number. The Woodland Kingdom theme. The Woodland Kingdom is one of my favorite kingdoms. I like the nature integrated with the industrial aspect. I really like that idea. I like the characters in there. It has some of my favorite capture mechanics. Like it has like the fire bros, I think, and it has the flying lizard thingy, and there's so much stuff, and it has some of the better platforming in Odyssey as well. But when you're walking in the beginning, you land in this forest. And you walk around and you have the forest sounds, and then you pass through the cave to this tunnel and you come to the actual level, and this Woodland Kingdom theme starts playing. And add to that, one of my favorite outfits, the cowboy outfit. I love that so much. It made me feel so good playing this level with the music in the background. It needs its own spot, the Woodland Kingdom theme. And the final thing that just makes this game so good is, out of all the games I feel I've ever played in my life, it has the greatest post-game content. It's like, you finish the game, you go through all this amazing experience with the music and the characters and the adventure you've had, and then the game is over and you're like, oh, this was a perfect adventure, this was gorgeous, beautiful fucking game. But it's only just getting started. You have like 3 new worlds opening up, new quests coming. I like it when a game does this, and it's really rare that it happens. One of my favorite examples of this will always be Borderlands, for example. And it's just that when you finish a game, I don't like it when it doesn't get acknowledged what you have done. I like it that in Mario Odyssey, once you finish the game, previous levels actually somehow change and adapt, where characters start traveling again, characters get more freedom, NPCs, they go everywhere and everything, and like Peachy starts moving around, and I like this idea in the story already. But that's just the start. New kingdoms open up, new quests, like I said. This is the super, like, the further you progress post game, the harder it gets, and it's just amazing how well this is integrated in the game. You can get as much out of Mario Odyssey as you want, and I absolutely love that. So that is an interesting thing. That is one of the reasons I always complain a bit about Mario Odyssey, because I feel if you are like me and you like getting everything out of the game that you can, 100% doing everything, 100% in the game, getting all the moons, everything, Mario Odyssey is one of those rare games where unfortunately it gets really annoying and really boring, because you're really just walking through the level over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You're looking behind the walls, behind thingy. One of the things you can do, which I seriously started doing because it's so fucking annoying, is just using amiibo. You put an amiibo in the game and they will give you a hint to where a moon can be, because without that it's just not fun. It is not fun walking around endlessly non-stop, and that is one of the biggest flaws, which transforms to one of the biggest plus points in this game, which makes it so good, and why so many people, for example, see this as one of the greatest games ever. And that is if you just play through it to play the game. You don't care about 100% things. Now the downside of that is that it makes the game really easy if you do that. But you get the most out of the experience, I feel, because when you're like me and you want to 100% the game, that is where it fails the most, I feel. So I don't want to end this on a negative note, because I really just wanted to address that part a bit. So I just want to say that one of my greatest memories in this game that seriously moved me, that was so amazing, like you have, like, one of them, the first points I addressed was the diversity and level design. You have all these levels, like I said, this noir type aspect, You have like the city, you get like the Bowser Kingdom with this Asian atmosphere. It's really a hardcore Asian. I really love that level so much. And you get like the moon, and you have like the Luncheon Kingdom. There's so much variety in everything. And at one point, you walk through a kingdom. It's in the Luncheon Kingdom. And you go, I think it's one of the paintings you go through. And it always transports you to another kingdom because there's a hidden star that you can't reach in that kingdom, but going into the painting in another kingdom gets you in that kingdom. And in the Luncheon Kingdom, there's a pipe. There's a kid. I see this painting. I was like, wait, this painting kind of looks interesting. I jump in this painting, and it gets me after several levels already. So you don't really expect this to be in the game, and you land in Yoshi's house, which brought me instantly back to Super Mario World. And I walk around as holy shit, and then I look at what I'm seeing in front of me, and there's the Mushroom Kingdom. This was one of the greatest moments for me, I feel, in Super Mario playing history. The shock of seeing and being in that kingdom when you don't expect it, when there's such a variety in level design, there's so much stuff, and you finished so many levels already, and it's like you don't expect this. And I see, and there's like almost no music, there's no sound of the wind, and I look at this kingdom, and I see this, I'm like, oh, it would be cool to walk there. And you start looking at it and you see these little details that make you feel, whoa, I feel like maybe at one point I will be walking there. It felt like looking into a dream. It was such an amazing moment, and I was in awe when I saw that. It was such a great experience. So there, I do love this game. I absolutely love this game. It deserves to be in the greatest games of 2017. I had it on 4th place. It deserves to be in there. As a Mario game, I just feel it fell a bit short. That doesn't take away all the amazing experiences I have playing this game. All the things I experienced, all the things I saw, everything it offers me, everything that it still offers me right now. It's just a great fucking game. And anybody who owns a Switch should play it. It's definitely one of the greater games on the Switch. For sure. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you understand my point of view a bit more now. And stay real.